Welcome to episode 1 of Coffee and Cereal with Ken. In today's episode, we're going to talk about some common questions asked by locals and other foreigners while living in Chiang Mai, Thailand. You know what? Road opening. Uh-oh. You know what? I need to put something in my cereal. I could go to the store and get some more almond milk, or I could put some water in my cereal. No. How about vodka? Nope. Apple cider vinegar. Ah, I got it. Not bad. Not good. All right, right now I'm videoing. Right now I'm shooting in front of a bright window. What could go wrong? All right, before we get started, I gotta say that coffee and cereal is pretty disgusting. I'm beginning to worry about the direction my channel is currently going in. I kind of feel as if I'm the weird kid in school that would eat like stuff out of the trash bin for money. I mean, last week I ate those freaking noodles, those spicy noodles. And today, I ruined some cereal and ruined some coffee. Good going, Ken. Before I get started, I want to mention I met like a really nice fellow content creator, Wayne from Walkabout Wayne. Very nice guy. He's as nice as he is in person as he is on camera. Unfortunately, we can't say that about me. All right, so as I mentioned at the beginning, welcome to episode 1 of Coffee and Cereal with Ken. Okay, you're probably like, what is this all about? From now to the end of next month, February, not only do I have my teaching stuff, but I also do some graphic arts contract work a couple months out of the year. And I'm on a tight deadline, so I can't be shooting like kind of like longer type videos or anything. I need to kind of like shoot like little condensed stuff from now till the end of next month. Maybe do some live streams, but I can't spend a lot of time writing, shooting, and editing a video. So I'm just gonna do quick little videos. I'm not sure if it'll be once a week. I'll try to do once a week. Don't want to make any promises. In these coffee and cereal videos, I'll be addressing some quick topics and just give my 2 baht's worth. This week's video is I'm going to talk about common questions you'll get in Thailand by locals and by other foreigners. So just coming from my point of view or my situation as an expat. I'll start with some common questions that I usually get asked by Thais. I mean, not all the time, but on a pretty regular basis. My Thai isn't that great, so I'm pretty confined to a narrow population of Thailand that I speak to on a regular basis. And when I say speak to, I'm not just like walking around randomly looking for conversations. Well, for the most part, I'm not. But, just like at a restaurant or at a coffee shop, something, there might be some people next to you and, you strike up a conversation. And I do speak a little Thai, and I make an effort sometimes. Depends on the mood. But sometimes I make an effort, and definitely people appreciate that. So, yeah, so there's kind of a nice icebreaker between me and other locals. So some common questions I'm asked by Thai people. The first question, I hear a weird noise. I hope the mic's not picking that up. The first question, where am I from? Can you speak Thai? Can you eat spicy food? Do you like Trump? How old are you? Where's your wife? What is my job? How many children do you have? And finally, the classic. It was kind of awkward the first couple of times I was asked it, but now I'm just kind of like, I can kind of see it coming now. Why do foreigners like dark-skinned women? Pretty standard questions. I find them interesting. Can I eat spicy food? I think they just assume that most foreigners don't like and are unable to eat spicy food. So, where's the wife? Questions about the kids and the job and all that. I think it's just kind of like general questions to try to find out what I'm up to here. Not all Thai people, but some Thai people think foreigners are pretty helpless and pretty clueless. So they're kind of basically asking like, where's your handler at? Where's your caretaker at? Someone who can speak Thai and know how to get around and all that. My favorite awkward question, the battery's almost dead. I need to change the battery. So the camera angle is gonna look different in a second. And my favorite awkward question, why do foreigners like to date dark-skinned women? This one, this is why I try saying this is my opinion, and I'd like to know your opinion down below in the comments. But the reason I think, because I see a lot of foreigners with darker skinned women, I think the reason being is that, okay, a lot of the women that you'll see in Chiang Mai, Bangkok, Phuket, who are working kind of like touristy type places, you know, places, or not even touristy, but this place is kind of geared towards foreigners, like, you know, certain coffee shops or restaurants or hotels, bars, a lot of them are serviced by women from the northeast of Thailand in an area called Isan. So I think they tend to have darker skin. So they tend to come and work in these kind of like areas occupied by foreigners, and just many foreigners will meet their potential mate in one of these, you know, restaurants or bars, or working reception at the guest house, whatever. So that's just what I think. You know, some people have a preference, of course, but I think it's just that, oh, yeah, nice, speaks some English. Met her, you know, wherever, you know, when I was on holiday, we kind of got along. You know, a lot of people meet on the internet. I don't know. That's just what I think. Okay, now on to some common questions I'm asked as a foreigner living in Chiang Mai by, you know, people who are on holiday here, you know, before the pandemic, of course. Not too many people on holiday here now, or other expats. So some of the questions I'm asked, where do you come from? And when I say the USA, I get the, do you like Trump question? And usually kind of a nervous chuckle afterwards. Okay, some more questions I'm asked. If it's an expat, which visa are you on? What part of Chiang Mai do you live in? Do you have a wife and kids? Or usually it's kind of like phrase, do you have a Thai wife and kids? All right, the tourists before lockdown would usually, you know, they find out I've been here like a combined 6 years. They'd be like, oh, can you suggest any cool areas to go? And I'll say, no, I sit in my room or I go and visit my girlfriend in some city that I cannot say. Okay, if it's an expat or a tourist, once they find out I live here, they'll ask, you know, how long have I lived here? Okay, one kind of weird question, kind of, I don't know, where I come from, it's inappropriate, but I don't know. But I have no problem not answering it. But I get asked a lot, if someone sees me in a coffee shop or a restaurant working on my laptop, on like the contract job that I'm working on now, you know, they'll be like, oh, what do you work on? I'll tell them. They're like, oh, how much do you get paid? And I usually say, yeah, I don't discuss things like that. So I usually don't answer that question. So pretty standard questions, really no need to go through those. If I forgot anything, I mean, there's a couple other questions that kind of popped up, but those are the ones that are pretty kind of like bullet points that you normally have to go through when talking to like a local or other foreigners in Thailand. Well, that's the video. If you live abroad or if you've lived abroad, what are some questions that you kind of like normal, ordinary questions you get asked by locals and by other foreigners? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're subscribed, please click that bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to contact me, click on the Instagram link down below. I'm pretty good at responding. And as always, no matter who you are or where you are, peace.